Everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to do a walkthrough of the Diablo Sport Trinity tuner. Obviously when you start off you got this flashing performance light. If you go to performance, hit agree, obviously. My fingers are cold, sorry about this, guys. We're also waiting on pizza, that's why I'm trying to get this done. So you have two options. You can go to quick adjust, which allows you to turn off traction control, do your tire size. So if you wind up running a taller tire on your car and you set up your tire size through the tuner, it actually calibrates your speedometer. The traction control, that's a little bit different than just pushing the button. It shuts off your ABS, the traction control itself, wheel speed sensor, stuff like that. So if you want to do some really fun donuts in the winter, you go shut off your traction control like that. Transmission, it allows you to, oh, whoops, wrong one. Meant to click on transmission. Oh, I did it again. Sorry, guys. Okay, see, it'll let you set axle ratio. So if you've changed your rear end gears, lets you change or set up for auto stick. So that's your slap shift. Reset TCM adaptation. I'd assume that's if you're having TCM issues. That's your transmission control module. Shift firmness and shift points. I played with the shift firmness and the shift points in this car before. When I did, I blew the transmission out of this car in like a week. Now when you go to the Diablo tunes, you can click there, it'll bring you up a list of different tunes. I usually wind up running the performance CAL is cold, or CA, I thought it said CAL originally. It's actually CAI, cold air intake. So they want you to run a cold air intake in a 91 octane tune. I have run the 93, and then I've run the 93 CAI tune and the miles per gallon. I really didn't notice a difference with the miles per gallon tune. The 91 tune works really nice. Modify stock tune. So that's more like if you're modifying your stock tune, you're going from your stock tune. You can, this tuner allows you to set like your base spark and your base fuel, some other stuff. Modifying the stock tune allows you to do transmission shift points, your traction control, tire size, all that good stuff. So, you know what? I'll install a tune so you guys can kind of get a rough idea of what we're doing. So, we'll go 91 cold air intake tune. Click choose. Now, see, it says install tune or modify tune. We're actually going to modify the tune. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I'm not a big fan of the modify parameters. I'm not a big fan of... Oh, come on. Of course, now it won't do it because my fingers are cold. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the MDS. So we're going to go to MDS. Oh yeah, it also, I forgot about this. It lets you set your rev limiter and your speed limiter. We're going to turn off our MDS for now. That's done. I've never really, like, obviously you can shut your cooling fans off. Some other things. I've never really clicked on idle before. I would assume idle, RPM, AC on, and drive. This is probably going to be for your cooling fans. Normally when you have an AC, like when you have your AC on, your cooling fans are on because the engine's working that much harder. Same with defrost. So we're going to go back out of that. We're going to go down. This has a throttle booster in it. I usually run my throttle booster at 15%. It does let you go to 20, I believe. So we're going to click enter. Yes. And then we're going to go to rev and speed limiter. We're not too worried about the rev limiter right now because snow's on the ground. We don't really like to rev high and wind up floating valves and stuff like that. So we're going to go to speed limiter. I usually have this maxed out at like 190. That's as far as it goes. See, you can actually go down to 40 miles per hour. So if you've got someone, like say your kids or whoever is taking the car for the weekend, you can set this at 90. So they're not going to be able to go out and get in any real trouble, get your car impounded, stuff like that. But you can set a tune and take the tuner out of the car too, and the tune stays on the car. So we've got all that stuff done. We're gonna go back. See, we've got traction control there, wide open fuel, wide open spark. That's kind of your baseline spark, baseline fuel. We're not gonna mess with that too much. Now we're gonna start installing our tune. So it says install tune now. We're gonna go with yes, turn key off. Oh no. Yes, I just did that. So we will go and turn the key off. Come up here, click continue. It does have a little pad off to the side here. You can't really see it because it's pretty dark. We're going to turn our key back on. Yes, continue. And it's going to write your PCM. Sometimes it does weird stuff, like see all the lights are on the dash right now. All that'll be gone away after the tune is set. I'm pretty sure this is a security light. I'm not actually 100% sure what this one is right here. This light, if you guys ever have it show up, this is trouble between the throttle body and the throttle pedal. I've diagnosed a few cars with that. It usually winds up being the gas pedal on these 300s. The gas pedal's pretty bad. I've never really done anything else with these too much, but I do usually do throttle body services quite often, like every 20,000 K. So now we come up with this screen. Turn the key off, then on, do not start the engine. So we are gonna go back. We're gonna turn our key back to accessory, come up here, hit continue. Wait for the tuner to do its thing. Usually this is suction cup to the windshield, but it's pretty cold, so it just kind of fell off. Now it's saying PCM performance cold air intake 91 tune modified. In the vehicle, you may drive it now. Okay, we're gonna hit OK. I'm gonna wait for the tuner to come back on. You can fire it back up. I've done it before. It's not a big issue. Other than that, we have noticed quite a bit of a difference with this tuner, like fuel mileage wise. You guys might not believe it. I run an E3 spark plug in this car. We've got a cold air intake, a full exhaust with the resonator delete. This is a 5.7 Hemi car, 2-wheel drive. I know you guys are not going to believe it. We wind up averaging sometimes. I've seen this car down to 8.5 liters per 100. Now you also have this other area for diagnostics. You can come in here, it'll say show trouble codes. There's probably going to be a TCM code. Oh, never mind, there's not. You can clear your trouble codes from the tuner. Options. You can do gauge layout, show last written tune. So if your kids have taken out your car and you're kind of curious to what they've been doing, you can go back to this last written tune and it'll bring up what it was last written as. You can also show that to a cop if you're really interested or whatever. You're going to go here to change your vehicle type, but we're not interested in doing that today. Do you want to remove your default vehicle selection? No. See, now I screwed up, guys. So we're going to go back. We're not really too interested in going in there. We can go racing, proceed. So we're going to fire the car. We won't start it. The top one that's flashing is a 0 to 60. That times it for you. It kind of works with the computer. It sees when you've taken off and what you're doing. 0 to 100, kind of same thing. 1/8 mile, 1/4 mile, and that's all you have in here. Your logging. This is kind of, I've never really played with logging too much, so I'm not like 100% sure what it is. It might be like a gauge layout or something like that. Monitoring. We're gonna go proceed with monitoring. Now it lets you bring up a couple different things. This is the one I usually run. Actually, no, it's not. It usually says 0506 Hemi. Okay. We'll start the car this time. 05, 06 Hemi. This is the one I usually wind up running on the car. Just pretty easy to watch. Kind of get your rough idea. I'm not too sure on this oil pressure idea because it does read some kind of funky things, and the V in the corner, I'm kind of going to assume it stands for voltage. I'm not 100% sure, but okay guys, thank you for stopping into the channel. If you're kind of interested to see what this car is averaging right now, I've been beating the snot out of it pretty much all day, other than to work. We'll go back to that again. 12.2 liters per 100. This car, you guys, I know for a fact you can see this right now, 661 kilometers is what's on this engine. Like I said, we blew the tranny out of this car. It was on my way to work. I had a shift tune on and a bunch of other little things, and it was weird. I turned onto a road and I got into it a little bit. I didn't really get into it too hard, and then all of a sudden it made a loud bang. I was pretty sure the converter had been slipping in it prior to it blowing up, so I'm kind of leaning towards that's what happened. The mileage on this car, like I said, it's pretty high, but we're running AMSOIL Signature Series synthetic engine oil. It's one of the better oils on the market, kind of right up there with Royal Purple and some other stuff. I can't really get the oil I prefer. I like Bartle synthetic, but it's turned into be kind of tricky to get it recently, so yeah. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, share, do whatever you got to do. Alright guys, thanks for stopping in. Take her easy. Bye.